Hey guys, Snortle here. Today I've got a little bit of a different video. I'm running through some gameplay of a recent game that I had with a couple of guildmates, Spider Monkey and Real Reezy. These guys have been playing with me probably for about a year now. We know each other pretty well. We know each other's game style pretty well. We've sort of worked out how each other plays and how we run and operate as a team. So I wanted to sort of run through this video to show you what we did, what we were talking about, and a couple of the little dynamics that happen in a team. And so let's dive into this video, and I'm going to break down a few things as we go through it. So right now we've been playing for maybe an hour, and so I think we'd had a win before this, a couple of other really hot drops as well. So in this particular game we said let's jump a little bit long, get our gear, and then move. And we really like this particular landing spot for that because it is out of the way. It is a long drop, but it does allow us to get geared, and then we can actually decide to redeploy. So there's a jump tower right next to this where we can get on and actually start to move and pick our spots as to how we're going to rotate around the map. But most of all, this is just about us getting gear without getting ganked or running into too much trouble. Allows us to work as a team, set ourselves up, and then go. Now, for the most part, we do like to hot drop. We don't like running around looting forever. So again, this is just one of those games where we had been hot dropping. We'd won a few, lost a few, and we just sort of decided let's jump a little bit longer. There's one interesting concept that I wanted to discuss, and that is with team play. And the way that we work as a squad is that we often let someone sort of take the lead. Now, that's not necessarily any one person, and at different times in the game, people that aren't potentially the leader, if you like, or calling the shots, will also make calls. And because we've played long enough with each other, we know how each other plays and what each other are calling, and we know how to respond. So in this particular game, the guys had kind of defaulted to me and said, okay, you're the jump master, you can take the lead. And so through a lot of this game, I'm actually the one calling the play, calling when we're pushing or when we're pulling back, or what we're doing with the rotations. Now, during the gameplay as well, Spider and Reezy are putting in their commentary. I've muted that out for the sake of this video, but that's how we're playing. One thing that I will say is if you're playing with a couple of randoms, it really helps as a squad if you're pinging what you're doing. You know, where you're moving to, where there's hostiles, and where you're rotating. If you don't have a microphone, please use the ping system because it really helps and it makes sense. A lot of the times we're playing on the Singapore servers, and so when we're playing on Singapore, there's often a language barrier, and so people can't always understand us and we can't understand them. So we start to communicate using the ping system, which is excellent in Apex. At this stage, we've sort of decided we're moving. I think Spider's actually called that there's people that have been here about a minute ago. We realised they were in this bunker. So you might have heard Reezy set up his totem. And at this stage, Spider's a bloodhound, so I've thrown some smoke. He's scanned. We know where the targets are. And we're pushing these guys. Now, I was getting shot in the back there, so I realised, okay, there's a guy with a different angle on me. So I'm just backing up to heal right now. I've let the guys know I've backed up. Now at this point we know there's someone else. This is where it gets tricky. So we're playing with a particular setup. I've got a Spitfire and a triple take there. I like the triple take, I don't really like the Spitfire. So it's all we kind of got out of that zone. And as you can see there, that was a really good example of my teammates actually backing me up. someone had flown in behind them. I was getting shot at, so they came in. I did a bit of work on them, and then while I was able to back up and heal, they finished him off and got the kill.
Reloading. I down the hostile.
Reloading. Kill confirmed. Another notch on the belt.
Next time, give me the kill. Frag out. Getting shot.
This is the final guy in the squad.
Marking our surroundings.
So at that point we push in. Now as a squad we're all pretty much moving in together. Looting up, gearing up, and then getting ready to go again. I was actually collecting those select files because I found so many I thought it was ridiculous. I wanted to get a prowler. But I was going to play a prank on the guys and see if I could gather a whole bunch and then just ping them all.
Shield battery here.
Dibs.
Shield cell here.
This is something that we do regularly. Reezy had a couple of extra bats. He'd asked if how we were geared, and he dropped a couple for me,
Fires at me.
which is really good. Like, bats are really important to have. This is one of those funny spots where Spider got caught out. And this happens to all of us. Like, we've pushed in, we've moved up, and then he found himself in sort of that no man's land, and we were back looting some of the earlier boxes. He just got caught out in the open by that other squad. So this is an interesting one now because we're now 2 players against a full squad of 3. One of our guys is down. I want to get him up if I can,
Hold tight. I got your back.
and then I can't because they pressed in and then started to shoot on his body.
Give my shields a recharge.
And they've just finished him off.
Just you and me now.
Right now, in order to stop people from pushing on us, we just need to hit some damage points on these guys.
They got me. I'm down.
We knock one, hit enough damage off the first, then I got knocked. It's really up to Reezy to carry us. But you can see we're getting third partied, or the squad that we were fighting was getting third partied. So this works to our advantage right now, because I'm down, Spider Monkey's dead, Reezy's on his own, and the other 2 squads are now fighting, so he can get the revive.
Better off dead, but I could use the cover.
Healing. Watch my back.
So the only thing on our mind right now, and the things that I'm communicating with Reezy, is that we want to get Spider's body back, but we don't want to push in and overcommit and die to these 2 squads that are fighting. If we can pick them off, do some extra damage, maybe get some kills, that's great. But we don't want the squads to turn on us necessarily. We want them to stay busy with each other.
Down the target. Reloading.
And now's my opportunity. Grab Spider,
Positional advantage.
get my speed boost as Bangalore, use the smoke and push back. At this stage I'm asking Reezy to come back to me again because I'm not sure how many squads are there. So we're back right up.
Give my shields a
This is important because right now we know with the position of the ring, we know the rotation that we've come by, we're pretty confident that no one's coming from behind us. So moving back to that place is actually kind of a safe spot where we can regroup, heal up, and actually recollect ourselves and then go in again. Now we're looking for some general upgrades. That was an excellent first shot.
last one. Energy ammo here. He's got very little projectile drop.
You're the new kill leader. Watch your back.
Okay, so another squad's fighting. In our mind, there's 6 squads left,
Reloading.
and Oh, this is good because these guys came in from the side. So they didn't come from where we came from. But they pushed up through that gap right there. So we're now stuck. We've got 2 squads fighting in front of us. We've got this other squad now pushing on us. So we're in an interesting position to see it. Which way do we go? It's me checking the mini-map to see what respawn points we can get to, and I've just declared it. We're going to go there, get on the jump tower if we need to, and get across. Again, we know there's people fighting up here, but we don't know where they are necessarily. So we run into them like that. Breezy popped a trap. Sorry, he popped his totem, I mean. At this point, I'm just listening. There's fighting going on all around us. There's 5 squads left. We're probably all in this vicinity.
Target spotted.
There is a new kill leader.
Care package touching down. They usually carry rare platforms.
Recharging shields.
We got the scan. There's 1 squad in front, one squad behind us now. We are not in a good spot right now. Positionally on the map, this building is just a bad spot to be. The only thing saving us right now is people don't want to push us because they'll get third party by the other squad. So at this point I'd say, let's move. Let's get this revive happening. And then all of a sudden there's actually a squad who's backed up into this spot. Again, I've got the sprint. I'm moving to the last respawn point nearby.
Give me a sec. Recharging shields.
Now we actually know at this point where the 4 squads are. So we're able to get Spider up here at this point fairly safely unless someone's going to follow us. Reezy's in tow. He's pretty close. He's just picking up any loot he can. I think at this stage he was a bit short on some ammo as well. And you can hear there's sniper shots coming in our way as well. So Spider's coming in now. He's on the dropship. Everyone's looking this way, trying to kill him. And we need to get him some gear. Now, at this point, we have the option to drop some loot. But we will only do that really if we're in a tight spot. There's no one left to loot or anything else around. I might have given him a triple take and just get the Spitfire. In this case, there's quite a bit of stuff in this area. It hasn't been looted. So we just run. But I will say this, like, if you're in this position, even if you're playing with randoms, don't be afraid to give them one of your guns. Because believe me, 2 people with 1 gun each is much better than 1 person with 2 guns.
Helmet here. Level 2. Healing. Watch my back.
There's still 4 squads left. So at this time, we're assuming that no one's really moved. They haven't pushed in on each other. They're not fighting. They're just waiting. So we know there's a squad up there on the right, or straight ahead. And the other 2 squads are on the other side.
Energy ammo here.
Finally, I let go of my prowler hop up because I realise it's not going to happen.
Target over there.
Warning. Ring closing.
So now we're trying to work out our rotation from here. We've regrouped. Right now I'm just dropping some meds for Spider so that he's got enough going forward. And we can hear them starting to fight. So it's a good time for us to get the move. This is all about positioning now. This is all about endgame. Where are we going to position ourselves? So in my mind, and I'm sort of calling where we're going, where we're running to at the moment. So in my mind I've thought, well, we want to get the high ground. We want to sort of stay where we control the map.
Level 2.
This ring's about to fully close and we're going to know exactly where we need to be. But this is a good spot to hold. There's also the tower, which can be really handy just up ahead. We can climb up.
Replicator here. Tango spotted.
So here's another thing on my mind right now. These guys are fighting. Normally we would go, you know what, let's third party, let's push in. But Spider's just been revived or brought back into the game, and he only had a white shield. He's just picked up a blue shield. He doesn't have the greatest gear. These guys have been in this game for a while, and they're fully looted. And so we're sort of thinking, are we going to push in? And at this point, all I was thinking there is I'm just going to delay them. That's all I was doing with my bombardment, was to get them into cover. We weren't actually going to push there. We were calling it back. I was literally saying, no, hold on and hold the ring. Now, this is important because we have the ring advantage. Instead of us trying to apply pressure on them where we're on the low ground going up into those buildings on the high ground, we decided let's stay here. We've got the high ground and they're going to have to move to us. So they're going to be the ones under pressure to move, not us. And we can keep the high ground and actually start to pick these guys off. So we hold this position. And this is really just a waiting game now. We're letting the ring apply the pressure, and then we can add additional pressure with our shots.
Let's go this way.
Target spotted. The cards favor my aim today.
At this point, we're doing a check with everyone. How are you for your meds? How are you for your heals? How are you for your ammo? And everyone's sort of saying, confirming, you know, yep, we're all good. We're all okay. So then we're just saying what the strategy is we're holding this. They're going to have to push up to us, pick them off as they come in. So we're all sort of on the same page now. We know exactly what the play is and what we're doing. It's really important to know this because if one of us breaks rank and goes and pushes as a solo and goes down, we then change the fight to their favor, so they're 3-2. So we're all on the same page. We know what we're doing. At this point, now I'm running to these guys. I'm going to stack with them, and so that the three of us are in the same spot. Again, purely because while it would be good for me to be on that roof and have a different angle, I don't want to get caught out where I get three people firing at me and they down me and then create an advantage. Instead, we stack, stay together, and then we wait for them to push in. So right now they're getting forced. You can see them behind the rocks. So you can see this ring on the mini-map. They've got to come up this bridge. Their next movement is coming up on this bridge. That's all they can do. Unless they have a pathfinder with a zip line, they're pretty much channeling straight up that bridge.
Marking our surroundings.
It's 45 seconds left. We're waiting. This is where you start to get intense. They've made the push. Now that's one guy and 3 bullets on them. That's a big mistake. All 3 of them should have pushed at once because it would have divided our fire. Reezy pops his totem and we're down and we're pushing. We know we got one down. These 2 guys, their octane was broken. And now we're just applying the pressure. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed that video. I kind of thought it might be good just to give a bit of a commentary and also to try something different for the channel. If you like this and you want to see more like this, let me know in the comments. I really like the strategy side of Apex. I love playing with these guys and I love sharing what we do. So if you do like it, remember to like, subscribe, and if you want to see more, let me know. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.